The fog brings light, fog brings reactions, shining bright.
Hey there, Rangers. Welcome back to the Front Range. I am the dad. I'm old. And today, I'm going to be diving right back into Nightwish. Yes, that's right, Nightwish Army. I told you, I promised you, I'd be doing more Nightwish. Here we go. Today, we're going to be taking a look and reacting to the song Nemo, which is one that a lot of you have recommended. And we are jumping back to the Wacken festival. Seems like this one and the Buenos Aires in particular seem to be kind of the two live performances in particular that people mention the most. So, you know, I don't think I can go wrong with any of them. I know there's been a little bit, some of the performances maybe that I'm taking from places that are a little more random, but I kind of want to do that. I want to get a little bit more flavor. Not that, you know, I don't think this band can give a bad performance, and I do understand certain performances are elevated, and that's the beauty of live music, is sometimes the magic just happens a little bit more one place than another. But I'm sure in the course of time, I'll get right back around to all of them. I don't want to go on too long on the preamble. I want to jump into the video. I'm always excited to listen to their music, and as I've said before, I don't listen to their music outside of this, other than songs I've already done, because I want my reactions to be genuine and hearing these songs for the first time. One thing, though, it's funny, as kind of inadvertently as I'm trying to always learn more about this band, I'm now really starting to appreciate Troy more as a member of the band. I think it's very easy to, you know, Tuomas and Floor, obviously, being the Tuomas being the writer and the one that composes the music. You know, it's really kind of his band. And then Floor, obviously, being the rock and operatic goddess that she is, it's so easy to, you know, sing her praises. You know, then I really discovered, I would say Marco was kind of the next one with his, I love his voice. I love the different things he can do with his voice. I love the way he plays off of Floor's voice, and especially when they do storytelling together. Empu, I don't think I've ever seen a guitarist who is more excited and just shows more joy in actually playing music. Now Troy, right? Like I noticed him playing the Irish bagpipes. Can't remember the specific name. You guys told me. I apologize. Can't remember. Ilian, maybe. Don't kill me if that's wrong. But then I really started noticing him more, you know, with kind of woodwind instruments and, you know, things like the flute, or, you know, modified versions of the flute, whatever it is. So somebody else had pointed out, you know, that was him on those bagpipes. And so now, you know, again, just being more and more immersed in this band. And I think if I was just listening to them every day, their albums, and watching them, this would happen a lot easier for me. It is true, though. It is so, it's a stutter step a little bit, because I do want to share the reactions. So the music is always coming to me in kind of waves. So each time there's a new song, each time there's a new video, like I discover something new, which I think is kind of neat too. That even though I've fallen in love with this band, every single time I'm doing one of these reactions, I'm learning something new about this band. So I said I wasn't going to go on too long. I already lied about that. But let's go ahead and jump into Nemo, live at Wacken. What year was this? 2013. So, man, I mean, almost a decade and a half ago, right? Coming up on Nightwish, get back out there, get back on tour. I know it's not likely to happen, but I just want one opportunity to see this band live in my lifetime. So, enough talking. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's go. Oh, one other thing. Totally not necessarily relevant so much to you guys, but could not find a version of this with the subtitles, the closed captioning, which drives me crazy. Just when I'm listening to a new song, I want to really understand the lyrics, especially because Tuomas is such a great writer. His writing is poetry. So I'm going to do my best to kind of capture all the lyrics, but I do have to admit, I was in an artillery battery in the Marines for a while, so my hearing isn't always the best. I really need to probably get a a better set of high-end headphones for this channel. Any of you headphone companies out there that want to sponsor me and send me a great pair of headphones, let me know. Or if anybody out there wants to buy me a great pair of headphones. But either way, let's go ahead and jump into Nemo. Fuck yeah. There she is. Woo-hoo-hoo! Let's fucking go. It's always so hard to find a spot to stop with these songs because the way they're constructed. The melancholy, right? Just right away. It's amazing the things that Flora can convey with her voice, right? And it's part of that is just the talent of having the range that she does in the ability and the honed ability because her training, she's, you know, again, you guys pointed me to the fact of her training was extensive from a young age in the arts and not even just singing and acting as well, which I said in the last video, I think lends to her being not just a singer, she's a performer. She performs up there, which is, again, such a great marriage with the way that Tuomas writes because his lyrics have meaning. And again, that's like, well, I hate not having closed captioning because I know that every word has meaning. And again, his writing is poetry. And then the musical composition that just kind of layers on top of that. And then the musicianship of all these fabulous musicians that execute these songs and make that magic. But to what Flora seems to be giving us here is this, it's almost, she's so good at conveying there's some sort of sense of longing and loneliness is kind of what this feels like. And, you know, in the opening lyrics, even right away of saying, I believe she's saying, you know, feeling kind of like a nobody and a no one and kind of wanting a cleansing rain, you know, such universal themes, right? And not just universal themes, but timeless themes, right? You can go back and, you know, read the writings of the Greeks or even farther back, and you get these same kind of themes. And you know, it's funny, I was just having a discussion with someone else about something completely separate from Nightwish, but it dawned on me of like Greek tragedies, right? Some of these, and the epic poems of the Greeks. And it just like, kind of the lights came on for me of where, man, you know, some of what Tuomas writes leans into that same, or evokes that same kind of emotion and sense of, again, the meaning of humanity, right? The themes of humanity. So I just love the way that this band can cut through just being music and elevate it. And again, I think it's just, it doesn't happen often that everything coalesces and you have a band where everything comes together so perfectly. And I don't know that I've ever seen a band like this where all of those layers of the singer and the composition and the musicians, the guitar, the drums, the bass, Marco's vocals and his lyrics, you know, the way that he sings and he evokes emotion in a completely different way from the way that Floor does. And then even again now these elements of, you know, that I'm paying more attention to, Troy again, right? With that, whatever that type of flute instrument is, that kind of lilting elegance and a little bit sorrowful, maybe, that sets the stage right away for what it seems like this song's about. Just all so great. And then they fucking rock out, right? That's the other thing, is just, you could sit there and talk about all that like it's poetry and it's all these other things, but goddamn if they don't fucking rock really fucking hard when they want to. So, amazing. Apologize, not cleansing rain, soothing rain, but man, again, there's a sadness in this, and a sense of, I don't know, almost seems feels lost, right? And again, thank you for the Nightwish Army that points out how personal some of these Tuomas lyrics are. Somebody, I apologize, I can't remember the name, but they pointed out of the emotional toll with Tuomas and what has kind of gone on with his band with the different singers, and then potentially there was an emotional entanglement with one of the other singers of the band that really had a huge impact on Tuomas. And it, you can tell that this is a man that does not have a filter in the way that he writes. It comes from heart to page, heart to song. There's no I almost guarantee he writes in a random, like just a stream of consciousness way where he just opens everything up. And that's laying yourself bare like that. I mean, that's amazing that he can do this and then go out there, present this to his band, and then put that out there for millions of people, to experience. But what universal themes, right? Who hasn't felt alone and, wanting some kind of direction or validation? And I mean, God, and it just comes together so well in the way that Floor sings it. Again, it starts to get me emotional. Like, this band just really does get me emotional. I'm not one to usually do that, but it happens every single time with this fucking band. Before we jump into it again, the way she moves, right? It's so cinematic. She has such a sense of movement, such a sense of her own body. So it's such a sense of what she's conveying, not just with her lyrics right there, right? Troy's playing that instrument. We're getting this kind of solo. And then if you watch, though, what Floor's doing, she's evoking emotion with her movement. And again, I think this goes back to her arts training. Like, she clearly understands the assignment, for lack of a better term, right? She's such a great performance, not just when she's singing. There's so many other elements to what she does. And then just being that statuesque, Valkyrie, that statuesque beauty, adds so much more to it, because her presence on stage, you cannot look away, right? You can't avoid what a towering presence she is, artistically and physically, and just amazing. And boo! Fuck yeah! I can honestly say that I've never had a band that, you know, can just evoke emotion. I mean, it's all of them, right? It's all of them. They're a band. But there's something about Tuomas' writing of the human experience, right? Who has not felt lonely and alone and with a loss of direction in their life and not knowing where to turn and just kind of, wishing to the heavens for some direction. And then for Flora to sing about it the way that she does. Like, I've said it before, and I hate being repetitive in these videos because, I want different perspectives on different songs, but there's something elemental that she touches. And I would defy any human being on this planet, really. You may not like this kind of music, but if you were to listen to it and listen to the way that she sings, there's no denying that there's something that she does. There's something that she does. Kind of a mess. Anyways, this is why I want to see them live. This is why I really hope that at some point they go out there. I mean, I can't imagine how powerful that is to be in the presence of this kind of music as it's being created live, as it's being given to you live. And you watch those videos, and the one thing that you might not get from a live performance that you get from this is those close-ups on Tuomas. Like, that man is living it. Like, he's written these songs with meaning and with emotion and with purpose, and you can just see him throughout these songs when they give these close-ups of that man. I mean, how emotionally draining must it be for him to put so much of himself into this and then to perform it every night? It's reminiscent in a way. Like, you see it on occasion with bands. For example, I can't remember the year, but the live performance that Fleetwood Mac did, what was it, Silver Spring, I believe they were singing, and everybody, if you don't know the history of Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham and that band and everything they went through when they were composing Rumors, do yourself a favor and kind of educating yourself on a little bit. I've really been toying with the idea of diving into that because I know that, like, my generation, Gen X, and kind of the younger boomers probably, well, no, I know that they know the history. If they know rock and roll and album Rumors, which is a top 5 rock album of all time, and if you ever learn about what was going on, they were all breaking up. Everybody was breaking up while they were making that. They were doing more drugs than you could possibly fathom, more cocaine, everything else. And what they came out of the other side with the album Rumors is amazing. But that song is Stevie Nicks writing to her former, whatever you want to call, life partner in Lindsey Buckingham in that song. And then if you ever watch that Silver Springs live performance, I can't remember, I think MTV put it on, I'm not sure, I think it was late 90s, early 2000s. But she sings directly to him, these lyrics that she wrote about him. And this is, years after, decades after she wrote them. But that daggers that she's pointing at him. And he wrote songs back at her too. Go Your Own Way, that's about her. And I always think of they were performing these songs night after night on a tour. Now, bringing that full circle to Tuomas, he, on these tours, he's performing these songs every night that have so much meaning, and you can see that he's feeling it, and that's just beautiful. It really is beautiful. Everything about this band, like, they really get to me. Like I said, I'm not, you guys don't know me personally, I'm not one to really kind of show emotion so much and be brought to tears over a whole lot of things. But this band, at times, it gets me a little misty. This one was full on, just, especially there at the end. I don't know. There was a release for me of, again, these universal themes of feeling alone and kind of adrift in this world. We all get there at times, and Floor being able to convey it, just again, I said that it's she can sing in a way that's melancholy without just this, syrupy sadness. That some bands or singers will just go so over the top with trying to find that emotion that it comes across the false note. This doesn't come across as false at all. Wow. So it's always so funny when I do these, because every single song, I swear, just about, I'm like, oh, okay, so that one's now in my top 2 of their songs. But yeah, this one was really special, and as you guys saw, it's just full on tears. I never know what's going to happen with this music, but I always know that it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I love that. I love having that reliability of a band and being able to discover it this way. This is brand new for me, really. This channel is new. It's only been around for we've been doing it for 4 months. So I've never had a band that I liked that I didn't just dive into their whole catalog. Let me just fucking listen to all of it. So this is really, every time I do one of these, it's like a gift, and I'm unwrapping a present, and I never know what the present's going to be, and I don't know what the present is how I'm going to react to that gift. But I'm so thankful for this band, and it was one person. It was one person that suggested this to me, and I'm so thankful to him. He's the only account I think that I follow from this account, from this channel, but he recommended Nightwish because I had been talking on another video about how I was an old school metalhead, and he also said, just raved about the fandom, about the Nightwish Army. He said they will come along, they will be there in force, and sure enough, the fandom is just amazing. So fantastic. I really do hope that they get out on tour again. I would love to go to Europe and then, even get to meet some of these amazing fans from all over, and in the U.S. as well. I mean, I talk about the European fans because that's their base, their core, I think. But then even the South American fans, and I'm pretty sure I saw Mexican Flag, and they have spoken in the comments about how much they are beloved there. So it's a global band. It's a global band, globally loved. Amazing. So with all that said, if you're still here, I should have said it at the front end, but subscribe, like, comment, do all those things. Particularly subscribe. It helps with the algorithm, helps the channel to grow. You kind of leveled off a little bit, which is fine. It's great. I just love doing these. So, but yeah, if you can, if you haven't already, and if you don't, that's fine too. I'm just glad that you're here. It's so great to share this, especially something like that ironically is a song about being alone and loneliness you feel, but I feel like it's great that I'm getting to share this with people in the moment of emotions that I'm feeling, even though right now I'm just sitting here talking to camera. In my head, I know that the people are going to be watching this, people that care about this music, people that have experienced the same things with this music, and I just love that. I love that I'm getting to share it with other people who have felt similar or the same things about this music and love this music. Fucking A. And they fucking rock. And they fucking kick fucking ass too. Even with a flute. Kicking ass metal music with a flute. Or whatever that instrument is. I don't know. It's some big flute. Somebody's going to tell me. I don't know what it is exactly, the specific name, but wow. I can't get over that song. That's going to hang with me. I'll be thinking about that one for a while. Anyways, as always, thank you for being here. Love you guys. Glad that you're here. And I really do hope that today, the rest of today, you go out and you have the best day ever. Other than that, I will see you on the next one. Bye.